live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Miq Strawn.
What the hell is he?
Okay, this was Sausage Party.
Oh, this is a great description. A sausage strives to discover the truth about his existence. That's nice. I like that. It's more than that, though.
I love this film. I saw it in the theaters. I loved it in the theaters. I've seen it a couple of times since.
Well, I saw it. I swear, I think I saw it on Netflix. I don't remember, but I did rent it, or I saw it on Netflix. One of those two. But
yeah,
I've seen it before. But my wife was in the same room with me, and she's actually like a lot smarter than me. Like, she's working on her PhD.
Yeah, I know.
And I kept getting the look like, what are you doing?
What the hell are you doing? Well, that's what I was saying. I was talking to you in the car. I was saying, you know, the thing is my wife kept coming into the room because she has to get paper from the printer. She prints out the printers right next to me, and I have headphones on, and I'm thinking guilt because she came in that, you know, particular 5-minute period at the end, right. And you know, and without the sound, she just kind of looks at me like I'm crazy because I'm just like kind of trying to turn the computer off desperately. Right. I think she said something like, "What are you watching, porn?" Oh no, this is far worse.
Yeah, this is more embarrassing.
This is way more embarrassing.
Well, that part towards the end.
Yeah,
my wife was like, "What the hell is going on?" And then she was watching it, and she looked over at me, and then like, so when it was done, and she saw Seth Rogen pop up.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh
yeah,
now it makes sense. It was I knew it had to be something about Seth Rogen, and she just left the room, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if she liked it or not, but she watched it. It's hard to look away from that. The music and the action.
Well, you see, but
even if you don't want to watch it.
And
then, so the funny thing is, we're actually planning like a barbecue this weekend. Yeah. So we were talking about hot dogs.
So now she has to go to the store and get the hot dogs.
And she's like, I don't know if I can look at a hot dog and a bun the same way. And she only saw the little bit of it. I feel the same way about food, though. It's like, now that I'm seeing this, it's a little bit... The fourth dimension. I've never seen it.
I have to say, I just love this film. I love the pacing of it. I
like how they had like an extra like couple like a twist with like Seth Rogen, and you know, it's really stupid. But I want to see a part 2 where they actually go and run into Seth Rogen and where they actually attack them.
Oh yeah,
Wouldn't that be cool?
Why isn't it there? Why isn't it here?
Why did he stop there?
Yeah,
why did they stop there? I mean, there's more than one.
The whole thing with the junkie and like turning around so that there's that moment that people are like aware that you know everything's alive and stuff, and it's when he's on bath salts. That was just amazing. Boy, I have to tell you something. This is actually one of the best things about this is it's a cartoon that doesn't flinch anywhere.
I think Michael Cera did the. Is that how you say his name? Michael Cera. He did the best voice. I think Barry.
Oh yeah,
the stumpy one.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you though. It's like
it doesn't. There is no blink. There is, you know, as far as you can go. There's nobody.
You can't look away. Like
you can't
miss any moments.
There is nobody that there's nobody that's left unoffended.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know,
this is why I like Team America, because it was attacking every single group, and this is the same way. It's
right.
It's basically attacking
everybody, but it's great. So it's so even-handed about it.
Yeah, it's showing how stupid people are. Especially about preconceived notions about other groups of people, and like
the whole thing about the part that I really enjoyed this time is the Israeli-Arab connection to it. I was like, oh my God, that's just hilarious. Yeah, just
who did the voice of the bagel? It was Ed Norton, wasn't it?
Ed Norton, yeah. Ed Norton.
The bagel, and I don't know what the other thing was.
I think that he was channeling the director Woody Allen.
Woody Allen, yeah,
definitely.
He did sound like Woody Allen.
Yeah. So there was no voice that wasn't absolutely perfect.
I didn't realize that Bill Hader did the Firewater guy.
Yeah, that's great. Well, how about James Franco doing the junkie? Yeah. You know, that's just typecasting right there.
Oh, Paul Rudd. See, that was the other thing. I totally forgot that Paul Rudd was in this.
Right.
And he was the supermarket guy. I hate my job.
I hate my job. I hate my job.
That was kind of a minimal character, really.
Yeah, it was.
Especially for Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. It's funny. There were a lot of minimal but great. Who played the taco?
I was just actually looking for that.
Just looking for the taco, huh?
Aren't we all looking for tacos in our lives?
Yes. Fire Carl.
If you said
douche. Oh, Nick Kroll is the douche. The character of the douche was really pretty good.
He was a good villain. I don't see the taco on here unless I'm totally confused.
Wow.
Tampon.
No, that's no honey mustard. I love that Danny McBride as honey mustard as he dives to his death. That's just.
See, if I was going to be an actor, I'd like to be in a movie like this where I played like the douche or something.
Right.
And they asked me, well, what's your film credits? So,
DWR.
I was a douche.
Yeah, I was a douche. But he's been a douche before.
Or I was the voice for Grits. Or whatever.
Remember he was the douche on Parks and Rec.
Really?
Yeah, Danny and the douche. He was a radio radiocaster, a radio. He was really good as that.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Oh, could be Selma Hayek.
Well, oh yeah,
I think it was
Teresa.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. That's right. It was Selma Hayek.
The war sequence.
I'm not a soft shell. I'm a hard, horny taco.
Hard, horny taco. The sequence, the war sequence, when it looks like they're at war.
With the flower?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Oh, man.
That was like the first time I saw this movie, I laughed through the whole thing. But that was the first time during this watching that I cracked up.
Yeah, just cracked up. The guy over in the corner with the guts.
The Oreo was the one that got me.
The Oreo.
Yeah.
Putting it on his butt.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Trying to put it back on. And the face, the banana. That was kind of a little disturbing.
And the douche.
Yeah.
When he goes in and he first eats the grape juice. Oh my God! It's like that's unflinching. That is absolutely unflinching. I mean, there would be porn films.
Yeah.
That would go, I don't know, that's kind of tasteless.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I want to go that far.
Did you get the reference to? I just actually caught this. Because there's quotes here, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was from Wizard of Oz, basically."
Oh yeah, get you and your little sausage.
I'm gonna get you, my pretty.
When the one guy's talking on the window ledge, and the knife comes.
Yeah.
It's different out there. It's different. You're not gonna believe it.
Yeah, I like when Honey Mustard came back. That was what.
Yeah, that was the best. The gods are always watching, even when we cannot see them. We invented the gods.
That's right.
Yeah,
to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, because it's what I've always said about Christianity.
Makes me wonder about.
What
actually, I don't wonder about Seth Rogen's point of view there.
If Christianity didn't happen, then somebody would have had to have created it.
I could say so many things.
Yeah, but you won't.
No, because I am Christian. So.
Yeah.
But no, it's.
Well,
I get your point, though. I totally get your point.
I'm Christian adjacent.
Can't say I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I won't say that anything about that being created by somebody, but. Anyway, everybody back to their corners quick. Oh man, don't
too far. Wait a minute.
Where do we go with this?
Wait a minute. Too far. Too far.
No,
you can't go too far if you're. And okay, so
I don't get offended by anything. I watch Sausage Party, Team America, whatever.
Let's talk about the boner in the room. The last 5 minutes.
You noticed?
Well, it's not the very last 5 minutes, but the orgy scene.
God, yeah.
Is got to be something that
it was. I would say epic would be the word.
I swear, God, Is it just me, or do you get aroused just watching that, thinking I'm getting aroused by the weirdest fucking thing in the world?
Well, the first time I definitely got aroused.
Yeah.
The second time I was like, I know what's coming, and but I was trying to.
Yeah, but do you know who's coming?
But I was trying to look for things I didn't notice it the first time.
Right,
like,
I know.
What's going on with that in the background? I don't know. But there was so much going on. It was like overstimulation.
There is. I have to tell you. I would really have liked to, because I looked at it. I wanted to single some stuff out.
Yeah, I was trying to do the same thing.
But I can't because it's just so freaking funny.
I was trying to.
It's the mass of shots.
It was too much.
Yeah, it is too much. It's just because they're all coming at you in so many different ways.
And then I was thinking, I don't smoke pot, but I kind of wish I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I wish I.
Well, you remember what I was saying is that there are a bunch of single shots or single scenes that I'd like to put together and take like my top 5 favorite and your top 5 favorite.
Oh yeah.
And like that scene has got to be one of my top 5.
Like in movies in general, or just this one movie?
No, movies in general. No, I mean movies in general.
Yeah.
It is one of the funniest, most out there.
Would you put them in categories, or would it just be overall? Because I might put horror movies and
yeah. Well, I'm going to say overall it's like one of my top 5.
Yeah.
It's just
it's right up there with the first 18 minutes of Saving Private Ryan.
I like this. Rogan flies. Well, is it a dick if it's food?
Wow.
Man.
Well, this actually got an R rating.
Well, I can understand.
I would expect it to get like a NC-17
like
or
NC-17 or an X, yeah. But it is
Whoa.
It is cartoon.
Yeah, I know. Well,
and they're not even people.
Here's an interesting trivia point. It's like Seth Rogen said that the film was supposed to be inexpensive and the CGI wasn't supposed to be polished. But it looked pretty darn good to me.
Yeah, it really did. Well, the characters themselves were all pretty easy to animate. It's like not like there was like really challenging animation.
I like the buns. They were very sexy.
But yeah, they were. They moved well. Like I say,
it was mesmerizing when they talked, like the lips. I was like, I found myself like just kind of staring blankly and drooling on myself.
And drooling. Yeah. This it's a favorite of mine.
Obviously, they do some drugs when they were writing the script. Maybe
they had to have. Yeah. And the funny thing about it is that the end sequence, the 5 minutes that are so good in this, are literally even hardly barely connected to the film itself. It's like
right.
If they had gotten away with this and these were real people, right? It would have been this. It would be, okay, let's just do an orgy scene here. just to wake everybody up. That's exactly what it felt like, and I loved it by that.
I feel like if
standalone.
I feel like if Nightmare on Elm Street 4 was 10 minutes longer, that's probably what it would have happened. There's a lot of
we shot it. We shot that. Yeah, we shot that. It just the thing is, we were fighting for an R rating.
Right.
We were trying to. Yeah.
Well, that would distract
It'd distract anything.
That would distract them from any other part of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like there's this one scene that's just really bothering us. Too many dicks. Too many dicks.
Way too many dicks. Yeah, there was something that I mentioned that you should ask me, but I don't think either one of us is going to remember it. So it's because he's old and I'm old.
You were going to tell a story about something.
Yeah, I know. I was.
Yeah,
but
I remember that much.
But it's not going to get told now. So There you go.
Well, I was telling you something about something,
and
you were saying, "Oh, I know something about that something," and I'm going to tell you a story about that something. It's
yeah,
really cool.
That's right.
I said, "Oh, yeah, you've told me that story about something."
But then what did I say? I said, "Well, you remember that."
Yeah.
And then bring it up to me, and then I'll tell you a story about it. But
I was, do you know anything about something? Something about when I was telling you about something, I brought up something, and you said, "Yeah, tell me about the something, and I'll tell a story about the something." I was about working on a bunch of different movies, and you said this happened to you a lot. Oh, it's coming back to me. I don't even know how my brain works sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I don't.
Usually I'm trying to think and nothing happens.
Is that what's happening?
But this time, it's like this fog is lifting.
Okay.
Something about creatures that were in the hidden.
Oh, yes. What were we talking about? And you know why? It's because you brought up Spinal Tap and Stonehenge.
Yeah, Stonehenge. Right.
It was the Stonehenge problem.
Which that movie is probably my number one guilty pleasure. That's the one I watch all the time.
Okay, yeah. So I said, that I was around when that really happened in real life, and it was the monster on the hidden.
Storytime. Storytime. It's Storytime with Miq. 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 Storytime with Miq.
The monster in the end, it was supposed to be an amorphous thing that goes from people to people, right?
Right. Yeah.
But when it stands in defense, it was supposed to get bigger.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there was supposed to be an ensuing fight, but they sent the drawings to Kevin Yeager, and so Kevin, knowing, well, you're gonna blow this up, right? You know, you're gonna, and this was before you like actually had people that supervise the overall optical effects.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Weren't the optical effects kind of like that afterthought at that time? Like,
well, no, optical effects were always your last straw, right? You know, because they were always very poor. They were very expensive, and they were, just not of a high quality. And so what you did is you worked, and they took a long time. Plus, anybody that worked in that particular end of special effects was a prick. So
right.
So what they did was Kevin Yeager made the monster, and he made it within the scale of the same one that comes out of the mouth, right?
Yeah.
But it was supposed to like grow, so he said, well, you can take this and you can, optically make it grow, but nobody got around to actually telling anybody else. So we were given the monster, and we had operators and stuff, and we blew it up. We blew it up on Joe Viscosa actually blew it up, and he later on he did all the explosions and all the effects work on Independence Day. Yeah. And
which had a lot of explosions.
Well, a lot of explosions. And Joe Viscosa was expert at doing the small explosions. The models, making it look good. So he made it blow up. The problem being that we were told to bring a curtain, and we brought, a curtain that would look like the one that was in the in the ballroom that was over the corner where the creature was. Fine, all these things are fine, right? Except for nobody brought in the curtain that would have been the blue screen background in order to make the creature grow and be really big. And so we Spinal Tapped it. We literally shot it the way. So at the end of it, the big climax of the film, you're battling a creature that is literally 13 inches tall.
Right.
And we blow up the 13-inch tall creature. Yeah. And it's like, well, it's not exactly going to take over the city, if you see what I'm saying here. So
I feel like you should have gotten Danny DeVito in like a rubber suit.
Well, something like that. Yeah, it would have been nice. Right? So it's funny because then Jack Shoulder just cut it into the film.
Oh, yeah.
And as it was. And
well, that movie is still damn good.
And it's still great, you know. It still leaves you wondering a little bit, you know, about, well, what was the imminent threat of whatever that was on the stage. It's like, Bob, step on it.
It's like Body Snatchers. It's more dangerous when it's in the body.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's exactly the problem.
Right.
So there it was, out of the body, and basically the size of a sort of medium house cat, and we killed it. And the thing is in the end of the film, is it didn't come as a focus as much as the ending scene, which was the next scene, when he does the switcheroo on the bodies, which was just heart-rendingly just the best story angle. So I guess you have to ask yourself if the one would have detracted from the other. If it had been a huge, monster, that they had to take down. So yeah, but the fact remains in the end is when you see it, you do wonder. There's just no doubt. You do want to go, well, I'm not 100% sure how threatening that looked.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure that you needed a flamethrower to take care of it. Maybe a couple of matches would have done the job just as well.
Well, I'm thinking of like Gremlins. It took some things to take those suckers down.
Yeah, but they had numbers. This was the one guy.
Mass numbers. Yeah, I guess so.
So anyway, but I am glad that we went through that process, and you might think about speeding that up.
What, my thinking process?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in general, I've been told I need to do that anyway. By various people.
But you can do that. You can do that as an effect.
I wish I could do that in real life. Just kind of fast forward my brain. Or rewind it. What did I just say? Or we could have rewound our conversation.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, thank you for bringing that up. Did I mention... Hey, have I rated this? I don't think I have.
I don't think I have.
I have to rate this up at a 4.2. I'm way up there. Way up there. Just one of my favorite films, and definitely one of my top 5 scenes.
Yeah.
Is that one. Just the most hilarious.
I think that one scene is awesome too. The war scene.
The war scene is great.
I didn't realize how great it was until this time, actually.
Right. You know what? It's funny is I didn't catch it until this time. The whole thing
with the flower, it was amazing. Like
it gets that great kind of like a.
It was in slow motion. The sound,
could have been World War II in the snow, it was pretty amazing all the way around.
I think I'm at pretty much the same spot.
4.2. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, no, it was really good. If you haven't
the
seen
sex scene would have been 5 minutes longer. I'd drop it down, but this is perfect amount of time.
No, it is a perfect amount of time. If you haven't seen it, see it. If you have seen it, go see it again.
Yeah, and I want to know if people would rather be perishables or non-perishables.
Well, one thing I do know is I don't want to be a douche.
Of course. Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.